I have no idea what happened. Their phone didn't die, mine didn't die. We're connected, we're good. I got no clue. I don't I got Facebook jail. But anyway, we are back. Going to finish up with Pastor Doug and Miss Sherry. Um, I don't know what I did.
I don't know. We were just all of a sudden it went off.
So where we were, you've got this family that are working for God in their own special roles. You guys parenting through that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm here. They know that. If they need advice, if they want to talk about anything. But I learned one thing a long time ago from my dad, and don't stick your nose where it don't belong. So even if I know something's going on, if I know that they're struggling, if I know that there's problems maybe in the church, uh, unless they come to me, I just stay out of it. Um, but if, like I said, they know I'm here, they know I'll talk about it with them, try my best to give them good advice, all of that. But I don't try to get involved. I don't try to pester them about things. Uh, I prayed while my kids were growing up. I thank God for just giving me that understanding. I prayed and I prayed for my girls that God would send them good men that would love them, that would serve God with them. And he did that. I prayed for Jake as he was growing up that he'd find someone that he could spend the rest of his life that would be a great helpmeet for him. God did that. And so uh, I know he'll take care of everything else too. I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it hurts you at times when you know they're battling something that you have battled, that you've been there, you know what it feels like. And it's a struggle not to just want to just jump in, with both feet. But like I said, I just wait. And if they come to me, then I'd love to help and love to give them advice. But if they don't need me, that's okay too. I don't have a problem with that.
And just to connect that, um, at one time, obviously, all of your kids went to church with you because they were raised in your house, but then they became adult kids with kids, and they're still going to Trinity. Okay, but then would come the progress and process.
Right.
Everybody goes to a different church.
Yeah.
Um, Jake is pastoring at Old Path, and Chris and Sarah are with him.
Right.
Um, and then Jason Callahan just
Yeah, what about that?
just
What about
lays down millions of dollars. Like Jason Callahan bought their house in cash to persuade them to come to Living Word. And absolutely, if you know Jason Callahan, tag him in this. I said it. Um,
We're so bad.
and then David and Tracy and the kids go to Living Word. And obviously God blesses it because, little Miss gets saved there. And obviously God's blessing at Old Path just for the years that Jake's been there. But the personal side of you want to be in church with your kids and your grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
And then to watch that go away,
Yeah.
what's that process like for you guys?
Oh, it hurts your heart uh, when it first happens. Just like you said, you you're just so used to them. It's the same. I mean, when they grew up and moved out, or got married and left the nest, it's heartbreaking. It hurts your heart. Same way when they left. I knew it was right. Uh, each one of them, I knew God was going to use them. I knew God was going to bless them where they went, and they were going to be a blessing where they went. But it was still, it just hurts your heart. It does. But I'm thankful. I'm glad for them. I'm glad God's using them and blessing them. Take them back in a heartbeat, but you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sherri, you're the mom. How did you deal with it?
Not well. Um, well, like he said, you know that it's what God's plan is, but um, miss those opportunities. And God is blessed in a way that, years ago, like you said, we wouldn't have had. I don't always have to miss seeing them serving the Lord, because I can watch old past services. I can watch Living Words. I watch Living Words Christmas play, which, by the way, Mindy King and Trent King and everyone at Living Word, it was awesome. Give them a little credit where credit is due. We do have those opportunities, so we don't have to miss out on all the moments other than just physically being able to be there. And I think that's one of the biggest struggles for me, because, like the kids, Nora and Teddy go to the Christian school, and they were in their play program, Christmas program at their school, and I was able to be there. Not being able to be there in presence at Living Word, because we had service and we had our, Christmas gift exchange, kind of per family exchange and things. Like Doug said, it hurts the heart sometimes, but God is blessed, and he's continuing to bless them and their families, and just seeing them grow into the people God made them to be, it is a blessing, and just so wondrous that you accentuate on the joys and don't let, once again, the voices in your head make you sorrowful for what can't be,
Right.
because it's not meant to be. They were meant to be where they are, and now they're really flourishing where they are. And I'm sure other pastors' kids would speak about this. Being a pastor's kid in the church that your dad is pastoring tends to be a shadowing kind of thing. Everybody's expectations of you and what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to act, and then when they go off to another place to serve, it's those expectations aren't there, and they can be the people God made them to be. So it's been a privilege to watch them grow into the servants that they are for the Lord, and we're very blessed. I don't personally take credit for any of it. God has blessed them to grow in ways. Jake is the one I go to sometimes for the advice, because he's the sound counsel I need sometimes to remind me, but
Nope. That's not the Jake Newberry I know. I kid with Jake. I love Jake, not a lot, but a little. And for anybody from Living Word that could be watching or knows Jason Callahan, if you don't know by now, Jason and I are good friends. I kid with him too. He's the most spiritual steroid I know, and just big old jacked up fella on Jesus. That's what he is. But I do want to hit a part two with you guys in February, because I've got a few things left on the bone. Send you a whole new subject line. I know Doug's enjoyed this so much. He wishes he had a podcast of his own.
Let's just put it as he has it. Maybe hated it as much as he thought he
did. So the future. Obviously, got a lot of gas left in the tank. But the future is a thought product. It's got to be here. It's got to be in the thoughts. Um, there are some pastors that look at, especially longer term pastors, of, I'm feeling like I'm closer to the end. Um, I was talking to Larry Head. You all watched that, and he spoke on it, and he said, I want to be sure to leave the church in a good spot. And I don't want to hurt the church in staying too long, but I've still got a burden. I've still got a desire. Where would you guys say your hearts are as far as ministry is concerned, looking at the future?
Uh, I'll be perfectly honest with you. 3 to 4 years ago, I was looking hard at the future and even felt like I knew what the future held. Uh, Today, I realized that my look into the future was absolutely worthless, meant nothing. So I came to the conclusion that pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, I am where I'm going to die unless the Lord changes that. And that's my future as far as I'm concerned. If He changes it, I'll go in the direction He wants me to go. But I'm perfectly satisfied, and so far the desire and the burden is still there. And so until He changes my mind, I'm where I'm going to be when I die.
That's good news, Sherry.
Yeah.
That's good news. And that's peace. That's peace for Trinity. Just because, and I don't mean this in an insult to anyone, but there are some churches that have a rotating door of pastors, and it's not their fault. Pastors come in, stay a year or two, and resign. Pastors come in. So for a church to be able to breathe in and breathe out, we've got them, and we can let our guard down. That's a blessing for Trinity. Truly, truly is. Um, Anything you'd like to throw in extra before we get off?
I'll throw this in just because if in 6 months you hear I resigned, it's not because anything happened. It'll be because the Lord decided to go a different direction.
Announcements wise, if you are near the Blanchester, Ohio area, December 31st, I think it's 5822 South Broadway Street. Is that right?
7822.
I was so close.
And it's actually Ohio 123 if they really want to find us, because it's crazy, the GPS thing.
GPS will take you straight there. I've done it enough. It'll take you straight there.
Okay, there you go. You tell them, but it's 7822.
They've got New Year's Eve service at Trinity. Preacher Dylan Perry coming to preach for them. What time are you all starting?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
And I'm sure they'll have food for you. You know, Doug is doing his best to hold tight to inviting people under 300 to come for services where there's food. He's holding real tight to that.
You have been invited many times.
Wait a minute. Who said I was over 300? I'm kidding.
You have to give Old Path a throw out too, because you're going to be here with us in Ohio in January. So.
January 13th, going and meeting at Old Path, and I'm looking forward to it. Been praying a lot about it. I appreciate the invitation, and I believe God's got to work. I really do. I believe He's got to work, and I believe He's got a word. Man Alive kept y'all for a little over 2 hours. Look at y'all. Anyway, we've got much left to go over. I'll send you a date, and you let me know. Pastor Doug, Miss Sherri, thank you so much.
Thank
you. You know, Doug talked about being someone, a mentor, things of that nature. And I could even say very recently, Doug has been a tremendous help to me during my times of struggle. And I appreciate that so much. In faith, Miss Sherri appreciates and loves you so dearly. And for everyone else that's watching, if you enjoy the podcast, again, this is the second part of Doug and Sherri. The first part just cut off. So please, if you enjoyed it, let them know, comment, whatever. You're getting a double dose of me. I'll be back on at 8 p.m. with Coach Jake Wright from Bluefield, Virginia. I'm looking forward to it. He coaches the women. He's the head women's coach for Bluefield University. I'm looking forward to it. And then Monday night, Still need to set up a good time with them. But Pastor Terry and Miss Linda Brock, um, we will be on Monday evening with them. So I'm
That'll be
excited.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And if Doug and Sherry and can figure out how to turn this thing on, nobody's got an excuse. Nobody.
Oh, Linda will do it even better than we did, I'm sure.
All right. Anyway, I love you all. And if you need anything, give us a holler.
Love you too. Tell Miss Faith and Miss Karen and, of course, Princess Ellie.
All right. Will do. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a